What's up, everybody? I'm Tamal, this is Hallie. We're going to do an hour vinyasa class here on BODHI. Today we will begin laying on our back. Oh no. Soles of the feet together, knees dropped open. Left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly. We close the eyes. I'm not going to get to teach Hallie some classes for a few days, so we got to make sure this one's something she remembers and feels for the next week. So just dropping into a place of focusedness, attentiveness, meditation on the inhales and exhales. And as we kind of sift through all the muddled qualities and extract out any inconsistencies, we should steady ourselves in a place where we have even breathing. They refer to that as samasvriti, or balanced breath. Let me take a big inhale through the nose. Hold it at the top. Out of the mouth. Again, inhale deeply through the nose, holding at the peak. Let it go. Go back to breathing through the nose. Make your breath sound like you're fogging a mirror with your mouth shut. Finding the audible ujjayi. Let's take your arms above your head, interlace your fingers, flip your palms inside out, stretch your legs forward, point through your toes, stretch from end to end. Man, it is super warm in this room today. It's going to be a tropical one. Let's hug the right knee into your chest. Let's lift your head up, bring your forehead towards the right knee. Let's float your left leg up. Uh-oh. Now reach your arms forward. And don't worry, we're not going to do a ton of reps here. We're just mildly stimulating your core muscles for the moment. We'll eventually get into the swing of doing high reps, but not right now. Wrap your arms around that right shin, lay your head back down. Send your right arm out to the right. Look to the right, twist the right knee across the body to the left, twist. Sometimes you'll get a little adjustment in your lower back when you do this. Come back to center and extend your right leg next to the left for a moment, and then reach your arms back over your head, interlace the fingers with the opposite pinky on top, flip the palms inside out, stretch from toes to fingers. Bend the left knee into your chest, hug it in with the arms, head and shoulders lift, right leg hovers, arms reach forward. We breathe. Hug the left shin, lay your head down, send your left arm out to the left, look to the left, twist the left knee to the right. Hug the left knee into your chest. Hug both knees into your chest. Cactus your arms. And once you're there, lift your feet up the level of your knees and get your knees over your hips. Now, we're going to look to the right, get both knees to drop to the left, but let them hover an inch or two above the ground so that we're really stimulating the core muscles here to kind of support the weight of the legs. We switch sides. We look to the left, let the legs hover an inch or two above the ground to the right. Switch sides again, but this time you're straightening your legs to the left as they hover. This is where I stand on Hallie's legs and see if she can hold my weight up. Bend the knees to come to center and then switch sides. Look to the left, drop the knees to the right, then straighten the legs out. Perfect. Bend the knees through center, hug them in with the arms. So we'll interlace the fingers behind the head, or you can just simply cup the back of the skull with the fingertips. Bicycle crunches, opposite elbow to opposite knee for the next half a minute. You can go slow or fast, you kind of set the pace. Because no matter if you're going slow or fast, I promise you, I'm going to upgrade you in a second. Upgraded to business class, then to first class, then you're going to be flying the plane, the captain's seat. So keep going through your bicycles. Try straightening your legs, so you're scissoring your legs the whole time with your bicycles. Legs straight now. Yep. This is where, oh my gosh, I don't want to be in business class or first class. Hug your knees to your chest. Oh. Let's point your legs up to the sky. Open your legs about hips width apart. Cup the sides of your head, and then lift the head and shoulders up. Left hand touches right toes, right hand touches left toes, side to side on your own. And the truth of the matter is, right before we recorded this class, I had seen somebody litter, and Hallie and I were talking about how much it bothers us that people just litter and they don't care. They just throw a bunch of trash and then it all washes into the ocean and it goes into the trash vortex. And so I decided I'm going to teach you guys a core class in celebration of us disliking littering. So please don't litter, otherwise there'll be millions of core classes happening. We love Mother Nature. Don't trash Mother Nature, literally. Hug the knees to the chest. Oh. Set the feet on the floor. Heels to the butt, hands behind the head. I wish that was a made-up story, but all that was like literally true. Keep the elbows wide, take a big inhale, and as you exhale, crunch, but leave with your forehead straight up, and at the last second, do a little round back and forth. And the worst is you go to the beach and there's just like piles of bottles and wrappers, and all that stuff is like 3 feet away from a recycle bin and a trash can. And then hold a crunch. Lift your feet up the level of the knees. Bring your elbows and knees to touch. Then inhale, extend your legs straight out 6 inches from the ground. Then elbows and knees touch back and forth on your own. I think I'm like a walking cliche. I'm a yoga teacher, vegan, hippie. With me with your legs extended straight out 6 inches from the ground. Yes. Now reach your arms back. We'll hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees to your chest. Oh, I know. So keep your knees into your chest. Reach your arms forward. Palms will face down. Head and shoulders lift. Knees over the hips. Feet the height of the knees. Pulse your arms. Let your head and shoulders as you move your arms. Yes. Last time I did this class, Hallie was like, I've been sore for 3 days. Why'd you do that? Just make it so you enjoy your trip even more. Every morning you try to get out of bed, you're like, oh, no littering. I don't litter. I know, Hallie doesn't litter. Hold a crunch. Straighten your legs up. And then let them hover about a foot or 2 feet from the ground. You just don't want your lower back bubbling up, so you can lower it as much as you can as long as low back is just planted. And then go ahead and pulse your arms again. Oh. Hallie's actually a plant mom, so she's the last person who would litter. True story. Hug your knees to your chest. Oh. So, point your legs back up to the sky. Oh, I know. Cross one ankle over the other. Hands behind the head. As you crunch, your butt lifts an inch or two as well. So your butt's lifting, your head and shoulders are lifting. I've had people go, what do you do for a living? I go, I'm a yoga teacher. And then they go, are you a vegan too? And then you're like, yeah. Cross your legs the other way if you haven't already. Hold the crunch. Arms reach forward. Lower both legs 6 inches from the ground. So if you want to slide your hands underneath your butt, you can for extra support. As your legs are hovering, switch the crossing of your ankles. Then switch, and then switch, and then switch. Just going side to side right here. Whew, this one will get you. Hug your knees to your chest. Set your feet on the floor, heels to the butt. Plant the palms, lift the hips. You can interlace your fingers underneath your back. Tuck the upper arm bones underneath you. Stretching out the abdomen should feel really good. Just make sure your toes are pointing forward or a little inward. Take an inhale, lift a little more. Then exhale, come on down. Hug your knees to your chest. Happy baby. Take your arms split between your legs. Hold on to the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees down by your ribs. So you want your ankles directly over the knees. That gives you more symmetry. But then notice if your butt's starting to lift up. Try to sink the sacrum, that like little upside down triangle at the base of your spine, into the floor. Yes. We'll hug the knees to the chest. Let's rock up and down till you come to seated. Then we'll bypass seated and find our way to down dog. You can pedal the legs out, shift your weight side to side. Do any fidgeting that feels appropriate. And then on an inhale, drift to plank, top of a push-up, and hold. So we're stacking the shoulders over the wrists. We're letting the forearms turn in a little bit while the upper part of the arm wraps back. The belly goes in, the tailbone scoops towards the inner thighs, the frontal hip points lift to the chest, the sternum draws forward. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Yep. So we're going to do one more, but it'll be a different variation. On an inhale, drift to plank, and let's go to your forearms, Ardha Falakasana. So I want you to act as if you're holding a block between your hands. So you can karate chop the outer edges of your hands, wrists, and forearms into the floor. Notice if your hands are close and your elbows are wide. Get your elbows closer, hands a little wider. Breathe. You can always do this from your knees. I always forget to say that in the beginning, and I wait till it's like the last 2 seconds, the modification. One hand at a time, come back to upper push-up, back to downward facing dog. So we'll run through some basic vinyasas to further along lengthening the front side. On an inhale, drift to plank. As you exhale, lean out, lower chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Perfect. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Perfect. So we'll lift the right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Notice how your chest wants to open up, so think about squaring your torso by lifting the left armpit more. Now let's bring the right knee to the nose, shoulders are over the wrists. Without lifting the palms, step your foot forward, stay on the ball of the back foot, come up, crescent pose, reach to the sky. So first things first, we're sinking into the front knee, so it rests at 90 degrees. We're pressing the right calf towards the right shin. Soften the back leg and start scooping the tail under. Framing the outer hips, knit the front ribs in and down, let the back ribs lift up away from the kidneys. Take the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers. Remember which pinky's on top right now. Now you're going to pull the arms back and then down, and that should widen the collarbones. If you want to do a slight lift of the chin, you know, just being a little snooty with your head, just kind of encouraging the natural little arc of the cervical spine. And we don't want to exaggerate to the point where we're throwing the back of the skull, the occiput all the way into the nape of the shoulder blades, just a little lift. Reach the arms back up, hands come down, step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Perfect. Let's lift the left leg up, bend the knee and open up the hip. Lift the right armpit more. Come up high on the right toes, knee to nose. Step it through, come up, crescent, reach to the sky. So just like before, we're sinking into the front knee, so it rests at 90, softening the back leg, scooping the tailbone under, framing in the outer hips, hugging in the front ribs, elevating up the back ribs. The arms go behind the back, opposite pinky in the front part. So for Hallie, it was the left pinky, now it's the right pinky. Anchor the hands down, draw the elbows and arms back, maybe a little snooty, lift the chin a bit. It's gonna be my new thing, snooty. Be a little snooty now. So if all the yogis that are watching this walk around town like this, they can just blame it on me. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Perfect. So we'll take an inhale through the nose. We'll hold the breath at the top. Out of the mouth. Rise high on the toes. Bend the knees. Look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glancing out. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. You guessed it, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we have a couple more rounds that we'll play with. And we'll take another detour. Let's come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Just breath cues. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm going to get you to standing and we'll let you loose just for one round solo. Let's come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, open the arms and rise. Exhale, prayer in front of the heart. On your own. Once you finish, we'll all meet in down dog. You can add, take out, whatever you like, embellish, modify accordingly. Let's lift the right leg up, bend the knee, open up the hip, come up high on the left toes, knee to nose. Step it through. Rise crescent, reach to the sky. So we're going to interlace the fingers above the head, just like we did earlier in our practice when we're lying on our back. And as you're pressing the palms inside out, we're trying to elevate the ceiling, but without taking the shoulders with us. So the arms are getting straighter, the skin of the side body is getting longer. Keep what you have, take an inhale, and as you exhale, turn your chest to the right. So now we're in a twist. Keep the twist. It's going to be a little different. Hands come to prayer. And then you're going to reach your left arm forward, your right arm back. Place the left hand down on the ground. Turn the right palm down, reach over your head. So the right bicep should hang pretty low, about an inch or two above the cheek. We wrap the right tricep, the upper outer arm down. We fire up the left leg. How's it going? It's great. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, right hand down. Let's step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So let's lift the left leg up, bend the knee, open up the hip, come up high on the right toes, knee to nose. Step it through, come up, crescent pose. So we know where we're going. We interlace the fingers above the head, opposite pinky in front. Everyone's like, why does that even matter? It does. It's just very minute, but it impacts what's going on in the shoulders, affects the structure of the pose. We're trying to hug in the upper outer arms, the triceps. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to turn your chest to the left. There's a twist. This is like the prerequisite before we get into that big twist. Hands come to prayer. That's the stopping point. Now right arm reaches forward, left arm extends back. Fantastic. Right hand down. Turn the left hand down, reach over your head. Fire up the right leg now. So you're going to straighten that back leg out and stamp the inner right heel on the back wall. Yep. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Step back to plank. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Perfect. So we'll take a big inhale through the nose. Hold your breath at the peak. Out of the mouth. Rise high in the toes. Bend the knees. Look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand. Same exhale, prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Knee to nose. Step it through. Back heel down. Inhale, rise, warrior pose. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back. Let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Knee to nose. Step it through. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, hands come down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Got one more round. Let's come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand, prayer in front of the heart. Here we go, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, knee bends, open the hip. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back, let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, open the hip. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come down. Let's step back, let's lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. Hold your breath at the peak. Out of the mouth. Come up high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or spring. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach high, pause. Take your hands at prayer. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, twist. So notice if that left shin bone is kind of sneaking out. I want you to plug that left shin bone back, roll the inner thighs down. Keep everything like you got it. Put all of your weight into that right big toe, and you're going to bend the left heel towards your left glute muscle. You can look down if you need to for balance. Then extend the left leg way back and set it on the floor. So you're going to crescent twist. Yes. I jinxed you. Once you found your balance, you can always open your arms up or wrap it up if that's in your practice. Embellishments aren't requirements. And as Mr. J.J. Cook would like to say, we're going to root to rise. So on an inhale, come up, crescent reach to the sky. Oh, Then exhale, hands come down. Pause, standing splits, left leg goes up. Walk your hands towards your right leg, get close. Slide the right hand to the right, slide the left hand to the left. Cup the floor with the fingers and then dip your chest, your sternum towards the right shin bone. Let your elbows bend and flare out to the sides. We breathe, breathe, breathe. Draw your chest forward. Bend your right leg a lot, but keep the left leg straight. Take your hands at prayer, bent knee, warrior three. Bringing in the heat right now. Think about Tadasana, and on an inhale, stand up, and as you exhale, set the left foot next to right. You can shake your legs out a little bit if you want. Inhale, chair pose. Hands come to heart center. We hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. We plug that right shin bone back because it wants to drift out. It's like you ever been swimming in the ocean, you get caught in a riptide, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm drifting. That's what that right leg is. It's caught in a riptide. Now put all the weight in your left foot. Bend the right leg so the right heel goes towards your right glute muscle. Then very smoothly extend the right leg back and set it on the floor. Hallie's like, you didn't jinx me that time, I nailed it. Again, if you need to open your arms or wrap it up, whatever you kind of did the first round, you can do on this side. Root to rise, come all the way up. Crescent reach to the sky. And exhale, hands come down. Pause, standing splits, right leg up. Walk your hands towards the left leg, get close. Slide the left hand to the left, slide the right hand to the right. Cup the floor with the fingers, and then work your chest, your sternum towards the left shin bone. We draw the chest forward. Bend the left leg, not the right leg. Take your hands at prayer. Bent knee. Oh my God, my left hamstring and glute muscle are on fire. Warrior three. Inhale to stand. Exhale, set the right foot next to left. So relax your arms. We're going to put all of your weight into your right foot, and we're going to take tree pose. Take your left heel to your inner right thigh, and I want you to try stuffing that heel as close to the groin as you can. Unless you have knee injuries and knee sensitivities, you can always put your foot more on your calf or kickstand it on the floor. Also, if you lack some of the mobility to have it all the way up there, you can, again, always put it on the calf or the floor. You just don't want it in the inner knee. Notice if that right hip is swinging out. Hug the outer right glute in. You can take your hands at prayer or reach your arms up to the sky or take your arms out like wings. Just adding whatever embellishment that you like. Adding flavor, adding color to the picture here. And we just hold this for 45 minutes until Shavasana. What did you do today? We did a 45-minute tree. On one side. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. I want you to take your left ankle and slip it in front of that right quadricep. So it's just resting in front. Now bend that right leg. So now you're in a pigeon chair pose. Let everything heat up. Those of you at home who practice an arm balance here, you can always play with Ekapada Galavasana or flying pigeon. Otherwise, we're just sitting in this to marinate, letting our legs cook. Those of you who are in an arm balance at home, make sure you come back to this pigeon chair. So we're all regrouping together. Inhale to stand. Exhale, set the left foot next to right. So let's turn to the left. Open your legs wide, 4.5 feet apart. Take your arms out to the sides like airplane wings. Turn your right toes towards the front of your mat. Bend the right knee to 90 degrees. Find warrior two. Don't worry, we'll do the other pigeon chair in a moment. We're just pivoting. So we want this stance wide enough so that your right thigh is parallel with the floor. Then you want your stance fixed enough that your right heel lines up with the back heel. And your back foot turns in just a little bit, like 10 degrees, just so that back foot isn't parallel with the back edge of the mat. We press the left thigh bone into the hamstring. We let the inner right thigh travel forward. We hug the outer right hip in. The tailbone scoops under. The belly draws in and up. The arms press down, but they don't drop. Place your right forearm on top of your right quadricep. Have the right palm facing up. Turn the left hand down, reach over your head. And because we had hints of core work in this one, do something that's going to support the torso here as well. So your right hand's going to catch your left wrist, and you're going to pull that left wrist forward. This is where you got to brace. And inhale, come on up, warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Keep your legs wide, triangle. Right arm extends forward, hips move back, right hand on the right shin, floor block, left arm up, Trikonasana. Activate the feet, and what that means is you stamp the right big toe down, you seal the outer edge of the back foot down. Micro bend in the right knee as you hug the outer right calf, thigh, and hip in. The left inner thigh spins back. The sides of the waist get longer. Come back up, warrior two. You're going to place the right hand down and the inside of the right foot on the floor. Drop the left arm behind the back. Stuff the left fingers in the crease of the right hip. So we're only doing the half bind together right now because, again, I want to do something that's going to create abdominal engagement. While you're here, you're leaning your shoulder blades to the right. Your core muscles start to come into the picture, and then you reach your right arm forward, palm face up. I know. Right hand down, left arm up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, hands come to the hips. Step your left foot to meet the right foot. Relax the arms. Guess what we're going to do? Tree pose here. So weight goes into the left foot, you bend the right knee into your chest, you catch your right heel or ankle, and you stuff the left foot in the inner left groin area. Again, you can always kickstand it on your calf or even on the floor a little bit. We frame in the outer left hip. You take whatever arm variation you like. Totally up to you. I look like I was like flagging in an airplane. This is where we're going to slip that right ankle in front of that left quad, then bend your left leg. You can either stay here in the pigeon chair, or if you did Ekapada the flying pigeon arm balance variation, you can always take that now. We're all just going to find our own little route or a place of action here. If you're in an arm balance, come back to the pigeon chair. Inhale to stand. Exhale, set the right foot next to the left. Relax the arms. Let's turn to the right. Open your legs wide, about 4.5 feet apart. Arms go out to the sides like wings. Turn the left toes to the front of your mat. Bend the left knee to 90. So we're just going to do everything we just did on the right side, but now on the left side. We make sure the stance is wide. The way the left thigh is parallel with the floor. We're challenging the leg muscles. The back foot angles in a little bit, like 10 degrees. We're pressing the right thigh bone into the hamstring. And from here, we place the left forearm on top of the left quad. The left palm faces up. Turn the right hand down, reach overhead. Yep. So keep the sides of the waist long. We'll take our left hand, hold onto the right wrist, and pull the right wrist forward. Yep. Everything's cracking. It's me. I can't wait till I'm 105. So when I step, it'll just sound like popcorn everywhere. Let's come back up. Warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. Triangle. Left arm extends forward. Left hand on the left shin. Right arm up. So not only are we activating the feet, but you want this micro bend in that left knee. So the leg looks straight, but it's not. It's a little buoyant, a little wobbly. That way we're preventing ourselves from like jamming or locking out any joints unnecessarily, right? We don't do anything that is counterproductive. We want to move forward in our practice. And then come back to Warrior 2. Place the left hand down on the inside of the left foot. We drop the right arm behind the back. Find the crease of the left hip there. Try stamping your shoulder blades to the left. So you're just opening it all up. Now, keep what you have. Abdomen is strong. Left arm reaches forward, palm up. Left hand down, right arm up. Warrior 2. Straighten the front leg, hands to the hips. Step the right foot to meet the left. Okay, inhale, chair pose. Last chair of the class, I promise you. Let's squat down until you're on your tiptoes. We'll do crow pose. Knees wide. We wedge the triceps against the shins. We plant the palms. We chaturanga the arms. One or both feet lift. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. And let's step back, shoot back, float back. After you've taken your vinyasa, we will all meet in downward facing dog. Very nice crow there, Hallie. I think it's because we did so much core work. Keep your feet where they are. Walk your hands to your feet. Make peace signs with your index, middle fingers. Hook your big toes. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in and flare your elbows out. Padagustasana. We breathe. I have welcomed news. We're cooling down. Sometimes when teachers are instructing a class, they're about to open their mouth, and it's not always welcomed news. Like when they say, we got only one more sequence of standing poses for the right and left. Well, now I'm saying, we're coming down the mountain. Release your fingers from your toes. Stuff your palms underneath the fronts of your feet so your toes touch the wrists. Inhale, glance out. Exhale, fold in and flare the elbows out. The moral of today's class, the story is, please don't litter. Simple. If you have something in your hand and you're done eating it or whatever, and it's in your car, just keep it in your car until you find a trash can or a recycle bin. Release your hands from your feet, bend your knees, take your arms behind your back, interlace the fingers, pull your arms to the sky, maybe straighten the legs. Do the exact same kind of interlace, opposite pinky in front. Release your hands down to the ground, heel toe your feet together so your big toes touch. Bend your knees so your chest touches the thighs. Take your arms behind the calves and hold on to your Achilles or ankles and then straighten the legs. Fully and literally embracing your last standing forward bend. Let's find down dog. You can keep your feet together because we're just transitioning. Lift the right leg up, lunge the right foot forward, drop the left knee. Release your left toes and scoot that left leg further back, then take pigeon. Walk your right foot to the left, drop the right knee to the right. Use a prop if you need it underneath the right hamstring, whether that's a rolled up towel or a block. We'll be here for a minute. Let's come onto your hands. Let's find downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Lunge the left foot forward. Drop the right knee. Release the right toes. Find pigeon. Walk the left foot to the right. Drop the left knee to the left. Another minute here. Now we've done all this work so that your body is warm, your body is willing to accept a posture like this. Let's come onto the hands. We'll find downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, you can lower your knees to the floor. You can sit to the side of your feet or cross your ankles and sit behind the feet. Scoot forward, let's lay on your back. I know, we're just getting straight into it. Bend your knees, set your feet on the floor, heels to the butt, plant the palms, lift the hips. Bridge. If you interlaced your fingers one way earlier in this practice, you can try doing with the opposite pinky if you remember this round. The toes are pointing forward or a little inward. The tailbone is scooping forward. The inner thighs are rolling down. If you want a deeper back bend, you can always take upward facing bow Urdhva Dhanurasana as an alternate. Inhale, lift a little more. Exhale, come on down. Hug your knees to your chest. Let's release your left leg out. Only hug the right knee in. Send your right arm out to the right. Look to the right. Twist the right knee across your body to the left. Now, maybe pick your hips up and scoot that left hip to the right a bit more. I have another option for those of you who want it. You'd bend your left leg. You'd reach with your right hand and you'd catch your left foot. And that'll help stretch the quad as you're twisting. So it's a little bit different than the thing we did earlier in class. If you're holding onto the left foot, release it. Let's hug the right knee back into your chest. Set it next to left, switching sides. The left knee goes in, left arm out to the left, palm up, look to the left, twist the left knee to the right. Maybe scoot that right hip to me a bit more to the left. Maybe bend the right leg, reach with the left hand, catch the foot to get the quad stretch. Release the right foot, hug the left knee in, and hug both knees in. Place your forehead to the knees, take a very big inhale, hold your breath, squeeze everything into one tight little ball, and let it all go. Sprawl open, Shavasana. You've arrived. Taking this time to restore. Check out from the world so that when you check back in, hopefully we're in a better state of mind and state of body. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhare Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachar. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhare Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachar. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhare Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachar. Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshvare Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhare Yasoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachar. Together, take a big inhale through your nose. Hold your breath. Let it go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring movement back to the body. And with your eyes still shut, roll over to whatever side you like. And with your eyes still closed, come up to seated. Sit up tall, take your hands at prayer in front of your heart. Follow your breath. When we're a child, we don't really think about what our life purpose is. We just play. But as we get older, we start to think about what is my purpose? And then we think it has to do with having a great job, having a perfect relationship, having an awesome house. How my life looks to the rest of the world, making it look like an Instagram fairy tale story. We start to confuse these material concepts as life purpose. But the truth of the matter is, all those things are temporary. The job, the house, the car, all the way down to the body that we're wearing, this pair of clothes that we're wearing. It's going to expire. And these aren't things to be looked at as like, oh wow, this is really dark and heavy, what Tamal's talking about. It's just a spiritual subject matter that we are beckoned or asked to look at in the yoga system. It's actually one of the principles or the founding things that we should take into consideration or examination. So we have to go, well, if I'm not the body and I'm a soul, that means material things shouldn't be my life's purpose. So what is the soul's purpose? And you'll quickly find that it is having a soulful life or a spiritual life rooted in connecting with God. I mean, the word yoga literally translates to unite with God. The process of yoga, the spiritual milestones that are set out, are supposed to be our life's purpose or a path to follow to reaching that goal. Then we truly become satisfied. No cravings for material things. Just firmly situated and engulfed in love. Food for thought. Take a big inhale. Hold your breath. Let it go. Namaste.